Hello, welcome again to 40 Uncomfortable Conversations. I am Lakeisha, and during our last conversation, we talked about how, in order to heal, we must feel. So, I wanted to share with you today how, during my journey, I had a lot of unhealthy coping mechanisms, and I learned from those. I'm hoping that my mistakes will help you not go through the same pain. So I had quite a few unhealthy coping mechanisms that included alcohol. Some days I'd be at my son's sporting event and I would start drinking in the morning with the parents. We stay for the games all day. We tailgate later and we were drinking the whole time. That wasn't healthy and it was quite expensive. Another mechanism was gambling. I'm very competitive. If you know me, you know that I love to win. So when there's money involved, that's a great incentive, right? So I would spend day and night, sometimes leaving gambling parties, showering, and then going straight to work. Again, not healthy or also expensive. And at the end of the day, I didn't realize that I was doing all this stuff to kind of numb the things that I was feeling, but I was doing it nonetheless. So, growing up, when we had issues, we often found ourselves in physical confrontations. My dad was a boxer, him raising four girls without any brothers in the home. He also wanted us to know how to defend ourselves growing up in the inner city. So, oftentimes, if I was feeling hurt or disrespected, the first solution or resolution would be for me to get physical. That carried into my adult life. Now, as a mom, being in the streets fighting is not an image that I wanted like ingrained in my boys' head, and I didn't want them having a mate that behaved in such a way either that would potentially raise their children with them. So, um, when I realized that I was just smothering and drinking my problems away, I realized that I needed to see somebody. So I was struggling in my spiritual walk. So I got with spiritual advisors, my spiritual counselors. And I also knew that I needed help from the layman's perspective. So when dealing with them and speaking with them, they both identified something where I was able to speak more freely. I was more cooperative during the sessions. And they shared that when I was physical in a healthy way, that I was maturing in my situation. So the boxing that I had learned as a kid that I was using negatively was then turned around. I was going to the gym. My boys were involved in wrestling, so I turned to the mat. Those things allowed me to kind of relieve a lot of tension. It also allowed my mind to release all the negative things that I was holding, and I had not even noticed that. So, as I made it a part of my daily routine to be physically active and sweating and releasing endorphins, I noticed that I had a more positive outlook on life. I wasn't as stressed, I wasn't as guarded, and I liked what I was feeling. And as I matured, I started to realize that everything that needed to be handled physically. We're in a day and time where a physical altercation could soon lead you to the grave. I want nothing but to see my children grow and I want to see their grandchildren. So I learned to just ignore things. And at this stage in my life, there is not much that bothers me to the point where I even care that much. So when someone is being disrespectful towards me, I am now able to empathize with them because I have actually healed from certain things. I can see that they too are pained in an area. So I'll find myself being the one trying to concede or reconcile or just minimize whatever is going on. That has made a huge impact in my life and how I just look at people and how I handle problems. So I share that to say it all started with me learning how to feel and learning how to handle what it was that I was feeling, how to process it, how to talk about it, how to release it. And then slowly but surely, I learned that I was healing. I felt the healing in all these areas in my life. And I was a better mom, I was a better friend, a better daughter, a better sister, and a better me for me. So I hope that me explaining a little bit more about how feeling actually helps us in this journey, that you'll be able to take bits from that and just kind of glean from that and grow from that. And I guess moving forward, we'll talk a little bit more about the different steps in the healing and what the feeling looks like for different situations. So I hope that helps, and I hope to see you next time. Until then, have a great day. Peace.